What's up guys, welcome back to Fantasy Funhouse. This is a very last minute video for Thunderpick and I apologize for that. I've been away the last day or so and I wanted to record this 2 days ago when the event went live, but we didn't know the groups, and obviously the groups are very important when putting together a fantasy team. But because we waited, it does mean we get to talk about all of the roster moves that have happened, which definitely affects this event. I think the biggest one being Shiro, who got benched from Cloud9. That literally just happened a couple hours ago. That makes a lot of impact on this event because I think Cloud9 were very interesting to pick into with their group. Now, definitely don't touch them. It's obviously all the changes with Heroic as well. There's NIP making changes. FaZe, talk about them falling apart. Does throw things up in the air a little bit with this, which kind of makes it interesting. But on the other hand, it also kind of makes this event and also Uppbeat kind of lame to play in a way. Like, it kind of throws the whole season out the window a little bit. You know, having to kind of pick teams and players that you hope will make it through feels a little bit random, especially because I've not really had many CS2 events. I don't love it. Hopefully we can still come out alive on the other side, but there's a good chance it's just going to throw the whole season into disarray. Still aiming for that top 5 spot, but we just got to hope and pray that we pick the right teams and players. Looking at these groups, these are the top 2 teams from each group that I think will make it through. Same format as Uppbeat, so we're aiming to get out of groups into the playoffs. And I think the best group to be picking into is Group B, with Monty and FaZe being the clear favorites there. I think Group D is probably the next easiest to pick with Furia and Big, but Heroic are a bit of a wild card and it's hard to know until we've seen them play more than one game as to whether this random collection of players will do anything. Group A is also fairly simple, I think, with the Cloud9 change. I'm not 100% convinced on Fnatic yet, but VP are a good pick. Group C, Complexity and Miles, I think outclass Spirit. Spirit haven't had enough tier 1 experience for me to have the confidence in drafting them. So those would be the teams that I'd be looking at picking from. Some quick thoughts on the prices of players if we get into the draft. Mouse, I think, are a little bit too expensive to be drafting just because we've got Complexity and Spirit in that group. Jimfat, I think, is the best choice in that team if you were going to pick a player, but I probably wouldn't double up. Shui at 195 feels a little bit too expensive when there's better budget options. FaZe's prices are fantastic. The only player I'd avoid is Karrigan. Rain at 209, very good. I expected him to go up in price. Broky's also a good price. Robs has gotten more expensive, but you can kind of understand why. Heroic, too expensive, don't touch. Complexity, similar prices as Sydney, if not the same. I think JT at 185, great budget choice. You can pair him up with any of the other core players if you want to go double on them. I'd probably go Elise just because he's been so good and he saved me in Sydney, so I have a little bias. Monty, also great prices. I think Bro at 185 is a no-brainer. If you want to pick into Monty, you have to pick Bro. I think just generally he's a great choice. Krasnal at 198 is also interesting. In fact, you've got 3 players about 200k, so a lot of options with Monty. 202 for Axile, but without Shiro, Cloud9 has no teeth, so don't get tempted. VP, Flit, Norbert, Fame, all good choices on this team. I think especially because Fnatic don't look the best at the moment, even though I said they probably come second in that group. I think VP clears everyone else considering what's going on with Cloud9. Crims on Fnatic, only player I'd probably pick on that team. For Big, I think this is a team that's very exciting. I think Crimbo, Mantu, Tabson, all good choices. With the group they have, most comfortable path, I think, out of that group. I know I said that I wasn't big on Mantu during Uppbeat, but I think now that I've seen him play a few more games, he's actually looking pretty comfortable. So I still think he's a pretty good choice. Crimbo is obviously the best, but any of those 3 is good. Yuri's good on Furia, and I think just generally, I will say there's a lot of good price players in this event around that kind of 200 to 210. So you can do a lot of cool drafts, but I probably steer clear of Furia. I just don't think that they're there yet. NIP, I think the only team in this lower part I'd touch is maybe Spirit, but I think with Complexity and Mouse in their group, it's too hard. Dong's too expensive. I'd steer clear. For my draft for this event, I'm going to be running a 2-1-1-1 draft. The team that I'm going to be going 2 on is going to be FaZe. And as I said, Rain is a no-brainer on this team. And I'm actually going to be pairing up with Robs. Very expensive, I know, but I can justify it because I'm going to be picking a couple of budget picks, JT and Bro. I think at 185, these 2 players are way better than that price point. They give you much better performance at the moment. So to me, they're kind of a no-brainer. And if they enable me to get a really strong FaZe draft, I'm going to take it. That leaves me with 202k. And with that money, I'm going to go down to a Group D team. I'm gonna grab Manti. As I mentioned, I feel like he's looking very good on Big at the moment, has a great role. This will be my team for this event, 2-1-1-1-1, the Regurgitators. We're hoping that FaZe take this event. I don't know if they will, but I think because they have the best path out of playoffs, I have pretty decent confidence in them. And for that reason, they are who I'm gonna draft. I think if you want to go 2-2-1, I'd be looking at something like this. This is my Monty VP draft with a bit of a FaZe dip there just to, in case things go wrong. I think Brokey's a great choice. So because Monty's so cheap to double up on, you're allowed that extra money to grab him. So this would be where I go if I win a 2-2-1, but I want to get as many points as possible. I want to survive these CS2 online cups, get out the other side without losing my spot, and hopefully maybe even gain some. So this is what I'm going for the Thunderpick. Let me know what you're doing. Let me know if you found anything interesting. And as always, good luck.